Welcome to our latest video, the surprising effects of more bananas on your blood pressure. Today, we'll uncover the incredible impact that bananas, those seemingly simple fruits, can have on managing your blood pressure. From the potassium boost they offer to surprising insights about how our ancient ancestors understood nutrition, we'll dive into the science and statistics. Join us as we examine the banana's role in your dietary habits, explore potential benefits for everyone, including diabetics, and reveal how you can incorporate more of this potassium powerhouse into your daily routine. Get ready to discover why bananas might just be your blood pressure's new best friend. 1. The potassium power-up your doctor never told you about. Ever wondered if there's more to controlling your blood pressure than just throwing away the salt shaker? Here's something that might surprise you. Recent research suggests that adding more potassium-rich foods to your diet might have a greater positive impact on your blood pressure than just cutting sodium, with increasing potassium intake helping to lower blood pressure up to 3 times more than cutting sodium intake. And guess what food sits at the center of this discovery? That humble yellow fruit you probably have sitting on your kitchen counter right now. Bananas aren't just convenient snacks anymore, they're emerging as legitimate blood pressure warriors. A 2025 study found sex-specific responses to potassium intake, with computational models showing that increased potassium consumption significantly reduced blood pressure. The implications are huge, especially when you consider that nearly half of American adults are walking around with high blood pressure, often without even knowing it. 2. Why your ancient ancestors had it right all along. Early humans ate lots of fruits and vegetables, and as a result, our body's regulatory systems may have evolved to work best with a high potassium, low sodium diet. Today, Western diets tend to be much higher in sodium and lower in potassium, which may explain why high blood pressure is found mainly in industrialized societies, not in isolated societies. Think about it. Our ancestors weren't reaching for processed foods or restaurant meals loaded with sodium. They were foraging for fruits, vegetables, and other natural foods rich in potassium. Our bodies are still hardwired for that ancient balance, but we've completely flipped the script. It's like trying to run modern software on outdated hardware, something's bound to malfunction. 3. The banana versus salt showdown you didn't see coming. New research from the University of Waterloo suggests increasing the ratio of dietary potassium to sodium intake may be more effective for lowering blood pressure than simply reducing sodium intake. This isn't just a minor dietary tweak, it's a complete shift in how we think about blood pressure management. While decreasing sodium may also be necessary, adding more potassium can be an easier dietary tweak for some people to make. Lowering blood pressure by decreasing sodium intake can be difficult and may be unsuccessful because of the high sodium content in modern diets. But blood pressure lowering may be greater with potassium intake because the addition of potassium-rich foods may be an easier adjustment for people to make. Instead of constantly saying no to foods you love, you can start saying yes to foods that actually help. 4. The science behind bananas' blood pressure magic. Bananas fight high blood pressure primarily through their potassium content, with a medium banana containing approximately 422 milligrams of potassium, which helps trigger kidney processes that increase sodium excretion and reduce blood vessel constriction. It's like having a tiny maintenance crew working inside your blood vessels, keeping everything flowing smoothly. Potassium and sodium are both electrolytes, substances that help the body send electrical signals to contract muscles, affect the amount of water in your body, and perform other essential functions. But here's the kicker. Whereas sodium can lead to water retention in the body, potassium works to counteract these negative side effects while also improving your blood pressure. They're like opposite forces in your body, and most of us have way too much of one and not nearly enough of the other. 5. How much banana power do you actually need? According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, one medium banana provides 375 milligrams, which is about 11% of the recommended daily potassium for a man and 16% for a woman. Most adult women should aim to have 2,600 milligrams of potassium a day, while most adult men should strive for 3,400 milligrams daily. Here's where it gets interesting. You'll need to eat more than one banana to reach your potassium goals, as eating bananas alone will not be sufficient for daily potassium. But don't worry, you're not sentenced to a life of nothing but bananas. Eating just an extra gram of potassium, the equivalent of 2 medium bananas, a cup of spinach, or a large sweet potato, per day could be enough to tackle high blood pressure. 6. The gender gap in blood pressure response. The study found that men develop high blood pressure more easily than premenopausal women, but men are also more likely to respond positively to an increased ratio of potassium to sodium. This finding turns conventional wisdom on its head and suggests that one-size-fits-all dietary advice might be missing the mark. Premenopausal women tend to have a blunted blood pressure response to high sodium intake, compared to age-matched men. However, after the age of 60, women's risk and prevalence of hypertension eventually exceed that of men. It's like our bodies have different operating systems that respond differently to the same inputs at different life stages. 7. Beyond bananas. The potassium all-stars. While bananas get most of the attention, they're not the only players in this game. Avocados are another great source of potassium and are also high in heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids. Kiwis have a lot of potassium and magnesium. Broccoli may top the list of foods to help manage blood pressure, as it's listed alongside bananas as a potassium-rich option, and cruciferous veggies like broccoli are also high in calcium and magnesium, which can help regulate blood pressure levels. Another study found that those who consume broccoli 4 times per week report healthier blood pressure levels than those who only eat the veggie once per month. So you've got options. Think of it as building your own potassium dream team. 8. The daily banana question. How many is too many? Experts recommend 1 banana per day for consistent benefits, but caution against overconsumption due to potential risks like hyperkalemia, especially for people with kidney issues or blood sugar concerns. Consuming too many bananas, more than 3 a day, can overload the body and lead to hyperkalemia, a condition characterized by abnormally high levels of potassium in the blood, which is particularly dangerous for people with kidney dysfunction. For blood pressure management, consistency is key, so regular, moderate intake is more beneficial than occasional high consumption. It's not about going bananas with bananas, it's about making them a regular part of your routine. Think marathon, not sprint. 9. What about diabetics and blood sugar concerns? 1 banana also contains about 26 grams of carbohydrates. Therefore, exceeding a few bananas per day can result in spikes in blood sugar, which can be problematic for those with diabetes or metabolic health conditions like insulin resistance. Although bananas, like most fruit, can be part of a healthy dietary pattern for people with uncontrolled diabetes, a medium banana has about 26 grams of carbohydrates, which must be a consideration for people on strict diets. This doesn't mean diabetics need to avoid bananas entirely, it just means being smart about timing and portion sizes. Pairing a banana with some protein or healthy fat can help slow down the sugar absorption and prevent those dramatic blood sugar swings. 10. The medication interaction warning. You need to know foods high in potassium can interfere with some medications for high blood pressure and heart failure. It certainly would take more than 1 banana to raise potassium levels to a dangerous level for the average person, but anyone with medical conditions or concerns should check with their primary care physician to see if bananas are safe for them. People with late-stage kidney failure need to closely monitor potassium consumption. Your kidneys are like the bouncer at the potassium nightclub. When they're not working properly, too much potassium can cause serious problems. Always check with your doctor first, especially if you're on blood pressure medications. 11. Fresh, frozen, or baked. Does it matter? The potassium content remains essentially unchanged whether the banana is fresh, frozen in a smoothie, or baked. However, very ripe bananas have slightly higher sugar content. This is great news for variety. You can enjoy your bananas however you like them without worrying about losing their blood pressure benefits. But here's a caveat. What's problematic is to assume slipping them into a banana split or banana bread makes those desserts healthy. The same can be said for banana chips, as most banana chips are actually dried and fried. Adding bananas to junk food doesn't magically transform it into health food. Nice try though. 12. Real-world results. What the studies actually show. According to research, consuming 2 bananas daily can reduce blood pressure by approximately 10% over a week. This effect is attributed to their high potassium content. That's a pretty significant drop for such a simple dietary change. Among East Asian banana consumers, banana intake was inversely associated with diastolic BP, showing a reduction of 1.01 mm Hg. While this might seem small, remember that every point matters when it comes to blood pressure. Small changes can add up to significant health improvements over time. 13. The evolution connection. Why our bodies crave this balance. Early humans ate lots of fruits and vegetables, and as a result, our body's regulatory systems may have evolved to work best with a high potassium, low sodium diet. Today, Western diets tend to be much higher in sodium and lower in potassium, which may explain why high blood pressure is found mainly in industrialized societies, not in isolated societies. We've essentially hacked our own evolutionary programming. Our bodies are still expecting the nutrient profile our ancestors had, but we're feeding them a completely different fuel mix. It's like putting diesel in a car designed for regular unleaded. Things might run, but not optimally. 14. Simple ways to get more banana power in your day. You can add sliced bananas to your morning oatmeal or yogurt for added flavor and nutrition. Blend ripe bananas with spinach or kale for a nutrient-packed smoothie that supports heart health. Enjoy bananas as a quick snack on their own or with nut butter for added protein. Or use mashed bananas in baking recipes such as muffins or pancakes for natural sweetness and moisture. In the morning, bananas can be sliced and added to whole wheat cereal. They make a great snack later in the day. And some people enjoy bananas with nut butters or mixed with yogurt. The key is consistency. Make bananas a regular part of your routine rather than an occasional treat. 15. The bottom line. Your blood pressure's new best friend. The research is clear. Bananas aren't just a convenient snack. They're a legitimate tool in the fight against high blood pressure. Adding more potassium-rich foods to your diet, such as bananas or broccoli, might have a greater positive impact on your blood pressure than just cutting sodium. This represents a fundamental shift from the traditional avoid this approach to a more positive add this strategy. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated meal plans. Just add more potassium-rich foods like bananas to your daily routine. Bananas fit perfectly into a rainbow of fruits and vegetables that can transform your cardiovascular health one bite at a time. Who would have thought that something as simple as reaching for a banana could be such a powerful step toward better health?